See, this is me, Boba Fett.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chiss Ascendancy. This is Josiah, and you are on day 11, boom boom, of 30 days of Boba Fett. And today, I want to talk about the fact that Lando Calrissian and Talon Karrde are going to appear in the book of Boba Fett. Now, I'm not sure about that, but I thought that I would say it like really sure, like Mike Zero. Yeah, I said it. I'm just kidding. I'm sure Mike's a super nice guy, but he's kind of the... Is it Steven Glass? I don't know. Whoever Hayden Christensen plays in Shattered Glass of Star Wars content. I find his videos very interesting and amusing, but I have yet to see one of his prophecies come to pass. But honestly, this is just a little speculation on my part. I was very interested and still been watching all day the new Book of Boba Fett teaser for the show coming this December. And this teaser trailer that came out yesterday called The Return had a couple of different images that were really cool and really important. And one of them stood out to me, which was a ship that you see right before the shot of Fennec and Boba walking towards that where I assume the Ithorian lives. On Tatooine. And the reason this stood out to me is because either A, they're just hyping it up and it's a cool shot, or B, this shot has someone of import on it. Now, it could be a new character. Obviously, there's lots of material for the show itself. Boba's got to work with different people, and he's trying to, not that it's a respectable business, but he's trying to establish a business and take over kind of where Jabba left off. But there were two characters in the style and shape of the ship that stood out to me. And I was like, man, I feel like I've seen this ship before. And what is it? And so I'll give you two options, okay? And the options are Lando Calrissian's Lady Luck or Talon Karrde's Wild Card. And so I'll give you some of the importance behind that. Obviously, we know that Lando lives at least to the era of The Rise of Skywalker because he was in The Rise of Skywalker, so we know he makes it, right? So Lando's alive, and if he shows up in the show, we'd have no fear of Billy D. Williams' character dying, so that would be nice. It would be cool to see a slightly aged Childish Gambino play Lando. It would be cool to kind of see him in the original trilogy aesthetic. That would be really neat. And Lando plays a really big part in a lot of the Legends / expanded universe moments that are in that same era of 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So the reason that I also considered Talon Karrde is this. In Legends, in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, which is also 5 years after Return of the Jedi, there is a character named Talon Karrde. Now, Talon Karrde he's more respectable, obviously, than Jabba the Hutt, but he is a smuggler and he's that underworld kind of guy. And the same way that if it seems like we're heading towards Boba Fett's regime is what's taking over Jabba's vacated space in the underworld and on Tatooine, and he's the only Hutt left by the time this has all gone on. So the Hutt Syndicate has no head. So there's all of this to rule, and it looks like Boba Fett's going to try to be that guy that takes that over. In Legends, that vacuum was filled by Talon Karrde. Now, there's a couple of things. One, he's the guy that takes over Jabba's, space, as it were. The other reason that this is important is that Talon Karrde could very well be the bridge that ties all these things together for these upcoming series. What I mean by that is that Disney has gone to an extensive amount of, done an extensive amount of work to try to put all these things together. And you've got the World Between Worlds, which I'm sure is going to play a huge part in the Ahsoka show. It's in Rebels, and it's in... it kind of talks about in Rebels, you can't go and save everybody, but maybe you can save some people. There's rumor, I think actually Mike Zero said this, which is hilarious, but it's a cool concept at least, of the World Between Worlds being used for future sequel trilogy era shows about how they're going to save Ben Solo and how he didn't really die. Obviously, if you know of a prediction or a leak that Mike Zero has reported on and it's come to pass, please sound off in the comments because I can't think of one. I'm saying he's probably a nice guy, but he creates clickbait content, which is what I'm going to do right now. So the title of this video is going to be Lando Calrissian and Talon Karrde confirmed appearing in the Boba Fett show. Something like that, just to really get the views up. LOL. So the reason that Talon Karrde is so important is because he is that bridge to the Legends character of Grand Admiral Thrawn. The same way that Boba Fett and Jabba and them, their headquarters seem to be placed on Tatooine, Talon Karrde's main headquarters, the world that he worked off of, was a planet called Merkur. And Merkur is important to Legends material because Merkur has two very unique, very intense species that are native to that planet. You have one which is the Vornsker, which is, it says it's a feline, but it kind of looks like a giant wolf, and they hunt using force abilities. The same way that, let's say, a bear's sense of smell is like 7,000 times better than a human's, right? They have the ability to use the force to sense prey animals' presences in the force, and that's how they hunt. The same way that at nighttime, an owl might have better vision than us. So they use the force to hunt. Secondarily to that, and probably more importantly, as far as the world of Star Wars goes, is the Islamiri. And the Islamiri are these animals that have evolved to negate the force. And those animals are important because Grand Admiral Thrawn gets the information that these animals are immune to force abilities, as it were. They create kind of a sphere that negates the force. And so Thrawn uses those to give him an advantage when he's around force users. And so maybe this is the way that the book of Boba Fett ties into the Ahsoka show, because maybe Talon Karrde is there, and who knows? This is all complete speculation. So please don't think this is 100%. I found a leak somewhere. When I put that in the title, I'm just trying to get clicks, honestly. And so, but this is totally just shooting from the hip for me. But how cool would it be if Talon Karrde, who, if you're an action figure collector, he's the character that's in the comic pack with Grand Admiral Thrawn, which when I got comic book action pack Thrawn from Hasbro years ago, I was like, man, this is kind of steep. I'm paying $15 for an action figure. And now if you go eBay, Grand Admiral Thrawn from the comic packs, he's like $100 loose, and the two of them together in the box is like $250 or something ridiculous. But he's a smuggler, and he helps and rules the underworld and kind of takes that place vacated by Jabba, but he's more honorable. And I think something that would be really, really cool is his right-hand person in the Thrawn trilogy is someone named Mara Jade. And for those of you who are fans of Legends and EU, we know that this becomes Mara Jade Skywalker. And so Mara Jade has not been confirmed canon. She's not been brought back from that bridge from Legends to canon yet. But imagine there's that one little ship. This is where my Star Wars mind goes throughout the day. That one little ship that's in the book of the Boba Fett trailer ends up being the wild card, because Boba Fett's trying to fill this vacuum. Talon Karrde's trying to fill this vacuum. What if that character is the bridge to Merkur, which is the bridge to Grand Admiral Thrawn and Mara Jade Skywalker in the Ahsoka show? Who knows? It would be really cool. But that ship, as soon as I saw it, I was like, what is that? And my mind went a million places. So could be the Lady Luck. It also could be Hondo Anaka's ship that kind of has that spherical spaceship. I love Hondo, but I would be more excited to see after Jedi, obviously pre-Rise of Skywalker, Lando. That would be really awesome to get him in the show. I love that Lando and Boba still kind of have this back and forth. In early scripts for Return of the Jedi, they thought about Boba Fett being the main villain and Lando and him having this crazy duel. As a Boba Fett fan, I'm thinking, like, what kind of fight is that? Like, I feel like I'm a cool guy, but I'm not going to beat Conor McGregor in a boxing match or a MMA fight. Like, I think I'm a cool character, but that's not a fair fight. I don't think that Lando versus Boba Fett is a fair fight either. But in early drafts, there's this big duel, and I think Lando maybe gets the better of him. So it would be cool to refresh that rivalry. Obviously, there's kind of that moment where there's tension there as the deal's getting worse all the time, and Boba Fett's laughing all the way to the bank. He's getting Han Solo, and he's getting paid by Darth Vader at the same time. So Lando would obviously be cool for obvious reasons, but for the deeper Star Wars fan or the Star Wars fan who's trying to get into that next level of fandom, Talon Karrde would be an amazing addition to canon, being brought back almost from the dead, from Legends and EU. And those characters still exist, and we still get to read about them and listen to them with audiobooks, and there's YouTube videos on them and all that kind of stuff. But it would be really cool if he was brought into canon, got the live action feel, and he could be the bridge to so many other things. I know that George Lucas, if my memory serves correctly, was not a huge fan of not just the Vornskr, but especially the Islamiri, because he didn't like an idea of a creature that negated Force presence. But, you know, the Force also didn't work on the Yuuzhan Vong back in the day. And the Yuuzhan Vong, I feel like, are being replaced by the Grisks from the Thrawn novel universe. So there's so many things that could connect. You know, I feel like the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme where the guys just got all the lines drawn there. But wild prediction, Talon Karrde will be in the Book of Boba Fett, and he is the bridge not only from Ahsoka and Mandalorian, but maybe this is the third string that draws Thrawn, and he's the common factor again. Like I've been saying, maybe he's the big bad that this is all leading to, but it would also be a grand opportunity to recanonize Mara Jade and reunite her with Luke Skywalker. Tell me what you think in the comments, please. If you like this kind of stuff, man, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you see we're putting new videos out every day until the Book of Boba Fett comes out. And share this with a friend. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Chiss Ascendancy. May the Force be with you.